Don't know that I could forget you, no matter how hard I try. I'm on the road, and honestly, I cannot believe all the tears that I've cried. I'm all alone, and honestly, I don't know why.
And welcome back to NTSR 93.7.8 terrestrial radio. And you already know who it is talking to you in this beautiful, what is it, Sunday? I guess it's Sunday. I don't know. Whenever you're listening to this, because we also have been putting these up online, we're coming to you on this lovely day. And I've seen a couple of funny comments online. A couple of you don't understand why when people call me, they refer to me as DJ. Well, to tell you the truth, my job kinda is being a DJ, but that's not why the fans call me DJ. So to you, random caller who DM'd me asking me, why does everybody call you DJ? Why does everybody call you DJ? We get that you're a DJ, but I don't go and call my chef. I call him by his name. Funny thing is, my initials are actually DJ. That's why everybody keeps calling me DJ, and if you haven't been following my career, you don't really know why they just say DJ. They don't say my full name. Thing is, my full name is hard to pronounce, but don't worry about why they call me DJ. Just be happy that I'm here giving you guys amazing content. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's continue with this opening up session that we're doing. Let me open up to you guys and tell you more about my life. See, when I was in college, right? Or when I first got to college, the very first 3 purchases I made was I bought a phone, I bought a laptop, and then I bought Microsoft Office Suite, the 2016 version. And the reason why I got all those things is because the phone I had to buy, because in high school I didn't have a phone. I was using a tablet religiously, and I kind of realized moving around, lugging around a tablet everywhere is kind of like inefficient. So the best way for me to go on moving forward is to have something that can just fit in my pocket. That way, I don't have to bring a bag everywhere I go. Number 2, the laptop. I didn't have a computer in high school. The tablet was my computer, and I remembered that my brother and my father and my mom all had laptops, so I thought that was the move to make for me. Cool. The Office Suite, the Microsoft Office Suite, I got because I knew going into college I was going to have to write a lot of documents, and I didn't know that Microsoft had competitors who were offering the same kind of services for free, as in LibreOffice and all that. And I didn't know that if you really wanted Microsoft, you could sail the high seas, but because Microsoft is what they used in high school, that's the only thing I knew about. So I didn't look for any kind of like way to replace that for cheaper. So that's why I got that, right? But once I had those 3 things, my college experiences was set. The laptop could perform well enough for me to do all of my assignments. The phone lasted me way longer than it ever should have. The Microsoft Office Suite lasted exactly 1 year because I bought a 1-year subscription. And then Office came back the next year and they were like, look, you're gonna have to buy another one. And I was like, okay, cool. It's time to look for a replacement. But the reason why I bring all of this up is because I kind of have this funny story. So the very first time I wanted to play Fortnite, I tried to game on my laptop. Little did I know that 4 gigs of RAM and the terrible CPU that I had was not going to be good enough. So when I did download it and I did try to run it, it was laggy, it was jumpy, and my Wi-Fi card wasn't good enough to get the Wi-Fi signal that I needed, so I was pinging all over the place. So at the time, I had this neighbor who had a PC, like a proper desktop, plugs into the wall, proper, had everything, had a graphics card, had tons of RAM, had everything. But at that time, I didn't know what those different components were or what they meant. The only place I'd ever seen them was in the textbook when they were explaining what exactly goes into a computer in high school. So for me, those components were just components, and I didn't know why they were important, why it was important to have a powerful CPU, why it's important to have more RAM, until the day my neighbor looked at me and said, "Hey, if you really want to play Fortnite, I can let you play it on my PC, right? You're gonna be surprised at the experience." It ran Fortnite perfectly. Sure, my Wi-Fi at the time wasn't like the best, but the PC was just handling Fortnite better than I thought anything could handle Fortnite, right? And after that experience, I walked away with the understanding in the back of my head that PCs are pretty powerful. So I continue with my college career. I get to the point where I end up killing my laptop by accident. The hard drive died, but I didn't know at the time that you could just swap out a hard drive and keep it moving. For me, the whole laptop was dead. So, contact my dad. I need a new PC. He's like, okay, cool. And when I start looking for new laptops, kind of got that idea in the back of my head. My neighbor back in college had a PC. He had a tower that plugs into the wall. It is literally the most powerful piece of computing I'd have ever come across up until that point, right? So I was like, if I really wanted to, I could just get one of those. I mean, laptops are cool because they're portable, but I don't go anywhere with it. It stays in one place. So why wouldn't I just get a PC, get a screen, get a keyboard, get a mouse, right, and keep it moving? So did that. Got a PC, got a mouse, got a keyboard, didn't get a screen yet, and I just kept it moving. And the reason why I wanted the PC so bad is because when I was standing in the shop and the salesman was explaining everything I needed, I had done a bit of research. I learned that, hey, if you want to have a fun time, maybe get a little bit more RAM. So I asked for more RAM, right? And then I learned that, hey, you could add to the space by just putting in more hard drives. But I didn't buy one at the time, saved up to get one later, right? And in this whole process, right, what really showed me I was going the right way is the very first time the salesman pressed the on button for my PC. Within 3 seconds, it was already loaded in. Let me explain the experience to you, right? On my laptop, I would press the on button. After 30 minutes, that's when I would see the Windows logo, right? 30 minutes after that is when I would be on the loading page where they allow you to put in your password. Wait, don't rush. Don't rush. You're not ready to log in yet. You still have to give it 10 minutes after that before you can put in a password. And after you put in your password, you need to wait 30 minutes more before you can do anything, right? And that was kind of the experience for me. I knew I had to dedicate at least 2 to 3 hours every time I restarted my PC to just see it, like, get back to the space where I could use it. At the time, loved using Chrome, didn't know that Chrome was RAM hungry, right? So for me, it was a situation where I was just used to PCs taking 2 hours to start. Funny thing is, whenever I used to see anybody else with a laptop, they were going through similar stuff and they kept asking me, how do you make it faster? How do you make it start up quicker? I didn't know. So I just thought this was a general experience. So now, standing in the shop, I'm about to buy a PC. I look at the screen as the guy tells me, hey, the computer basically has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I see him click the on button. I turn to the left to look at the person that I came with to tell them, like, yeah, I think we're making the right decision getting this thing. I turn back and the screen, right, didn't show me a Windows logo. It didn't show me it booting up. It didn't show me even the space where it allows you to go to the BIOS menu, right? He pressed on, I turned back, and they were already in. It didn't have a password, so it loaded straight into Windows 8, right? And I was like, yo, I gotta get this now, because I've never seen a startup that quick, right? Cool. get the PC, go home, start saving up. First thing I get is a graphics card. Second thing I get is another hard drive. Third thing I get is a screen for the PC already. At the time, I had to share my brother's TV with him, which means when my brother's at work, that's when I can plug in my computer and kind of configure and see what's going on with it, do my assignments and whatnot. When he comes back from work, unplug my PC, plug in his PC so that he could watch whatever he wanted, right? And that's how I lived until I was able to afford my own screen. Now, the reason why I bring all of this up is because I remember the very first day after getting my graphics card that I kind of clocked. I could probably game on this system. I haven't even tried it yet. Let's see what we can run. So obviously put my components into Google. Yo Google, I have this and this and this and that. What can I run? And the baseline for me for how powerful a computer is GTA 5. Can your PC run GTA 5 and can it run it well? If it can, you can most likely play every single game up until a certain year. My PC could run GTA 5. In fact, it ran Red Dead Redemption, it ran almost every single Need for Speed, it ran a whole lot of games, right? So for me, a simpleton, those were the kind of games I would play. So it could run everything I wanted to play, right? So for me, kind of clock, this HP Elite Desk, whatever, right, was perfect for me in that it ran everything I needed it to run. But what I didn't for 1 second think to myself is, if I got a Dell, it wouldn't be able to do this as well. Because I understood perfectly clear that the same components that are in my HP are probably the exact same components that are going to be in the Dell, are probably the exact same components that are going to be in other versions of this old office PC, right? So for me, it never clocked to me for 1 second that I had some kind of allegiance to HP. The reason why I open up to you guys and tell you all of this nonsense about my past is because I have a question. Sony PlayStation, right? We all know what it is. Greatest competitor to Xbox, one of the greatest console makers that's ever existed, right? My understanding about what their product was is, if you wanted to access these games, you had to get this console. Why? Because this console is the only piece of machinery that can read the disc. The reason why you even want to engage with the disc is because games like God of War, Uncharted, everything that's a PlayStation exclusive, right, are worth going through Sony's walled garden to get to until 2018. That is until 2018, right? For me, it made perfect sense to get a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5, every single PlayStation, because for me, I understood the only way I could access these pieces of art that I really like engaging with in the games that Sony made exclusive is I have to go through Sony. Then Sony said, you know what? With the new God of War game, we're just gonna port it. We're gonna allow PC players to be able to experience this for the first time. And then they did something that I can't understand to this day. A couple of weeks ago, I'm sitting online on YouTube. Linus Tech Tips, LTT, goes on his show, Short Circuit, starts complaining. He says PlayStation doesn't want to make discs anymore. I'm like, okay, I kind of get why you'd want to move away from discs. I haven't seen a disc in a minute. As a person who games every day, I haven't seen a disc in a minute. All of my games exist on Epic Games and Steam right now. I kind of get why you'd want to move closer to digital and away from physical media. And then I heard a lot of arguments about it. People were like, yo, Sony's is following all these other evil companies. They're going in the direction of we're going to force people to pay more. And then I kind of started learning more about Sony, because it's like when you want to buy a PlayStation game straight from Sony, it costs full price, but anywhere else they might hit you with a discount. If you wanted to buy God of War today, if you bought the disc, it would be 75% cheaper than what it would be offered to you on PlayStation Network. And I was like, this is kind of crazy. PlayStation Store is running these things at full prices, but I can get it cheaper elsewhere. And and I saw all of the arguments come out about games like The Crew. I think it's The Crew, where they shut down the servers, and now because it was an online only game, you can't access that game anymore, but you already paid $60 for it. So if you're paying for a game and you can't play the game that you paid for, how is that a version of you owning the game? And I heard many arguments, but nobody so far has asked what I'm kind of confused about, and nobody wants to answer what I'm on about today. And my question is, if a PlayStation is no longer the only machine that can read PlayStation discs, meaning the software that sits on the Blu-ray CDs that come from Sony, right? Like, let's say I buy God of War Ragnarok, right? The CD, and I want to access that. If the PlayStation isn't the only way I can access that piece of material, right? What is a PlayStation? Because we've been shown now that these things can run, these things meaning these games can run on other platforms. I myself have played Ghost of Tsushima, I've played Uncharted, I've played God of War on my system, right? My system doesn't even have a name, right? I went to a company called Eve Tech, and I was like, yo, I need you guys to build me a PC. They didn't ask me if I want an HP, if I want a Dell, if I want whatever. They put the components in front of me. They said, these are the CPUs we have, this is the RAM we have, these are the hard drives we have, these are the SSDs we have, these are the motherboards we have, and these are the computer cases we have, right? None of this is HP products. None of this is Dell. None of this is Sony. None of this is one company. If you looked at my PC right now, it's an assortment of different companies coming together to make one system. What system? A PC. What's the name of the PC? Wouldn't know. So my system differs from a PlayStation in that all of this didn't come from one company. But at the same time, I still ask the question, what's the difference between my PC and a PlayStation now? Because if PlayStations only deal with digital content, well, my PC also only deals with digital content. If PlayStations only run the games they say they can run, well, I've seen my PC also run PlayStation games. So my question still becomes, what's the difference between a PlayStation and a PC? And if there is no difference, like kind of like what I'm like alluding to right now, the next question I come to is, what's the point of buying a PlayStation if I can get something else for similar price that can do the same thing as the PlayStation and more? Because remember, my PC doesn't just game. I create content with this PC, right? I do YouTube on the side. I'm not just a radio DJ. I go home and I try to push content in other ways, right? So if I'm able to edit on my PC, I'm able to record on my PC, I'm able to use my PC as my TV, because right now I don't have a smart box. I don't believe in smart boxes. I don't believe in smart TVs. I feel like the TV should be as dumb as the day they made it, right? It should have great resolution, it should have great colors, it should be amazing at the one job it should do. It should never try to be a computer. Why? Because I have a computer, and my computer can run almost anything I throw at it. And why am I now asking my TV to do things that my TV was never built to do? I'm gonna rant about that another day. Coming back to my system, right? My system can do everything a PlayStation can do in running the same games a PlayStation can do. It is better at being a PC than the PlayStation is, and low-key, it's more powerful than the PlayStation is. So when I run the same games, I'm getting better performance with my system, right? So now the question becomes, my system that can do the same thing as a PlayStation and more, why wouldn't I just invest into that and play PlayStation games versus buying a PlayStation, which is in all intents and purposes, for all intents and purposes, a shitty PC. I cannot create Word documents on a PlayStation, right? There's lots of things I cannot do that I need for my job on a PlayStation. I can't edit videos on a PlayStation, right? I can't do a lot on a PlayStation, but you know what I can do? I can game on the PlayStation. You know where else I can game relatively easily, very well, in fact get better performance in the PlayStation, my system. My question becomes, if this isn't the only place I can access your products, why would I even engage with the thing that you're making me buy for? I'm pretty sure they increased the price. I think a PlayStation now is $1,100. $1,100 if I saw the price right. I think that was the increase, right? Why wouldn't I just take that exact amount of money, buy a PC for the exact price, right? Maybe I'd have to save a little bit more for RAM because we know we're going through a RAM crisis right now. But I'm pretty sure for the same amount of money, you can build a demonic PC. You know what I mean by demonic? I mean a monster of a PC. Will last me 3 years and won't just be the stupid thing that only runs my God of War games. But it also does more than just running my God of War games. Why wouldn't I just do that? So for me, the question becomes, Sony, not only what are you doing, but also what the fuck are you guys on? What are you guys talking about moving away from CDs? What are you guys talking about we're gonna port these games so other people can access them? You know how mad I was the first time I opened Epic Games and I saw, God of War up. And it wasn't just up on Epic Games. It was up and it was for sale. It was cheaper than you have ever seen a PlayStation game be. You know what made me mad? Because even back then when I first saw that, the first question that popped into my mind is, then what's the point of a PlayStation? Why do I gotta go to Sony to get their stupid machine to run the things that I want to run if I can just build my own machine to run the same stuff? What's the point of a PlayStation? Same thing goes to Xbox, and I like what Xbox did. They're like, yo, Xboxes are no longer just consoles, they also like computers. And I'm like, okay, Xbox, if you want to play that game, you gotta make a really good computer. The Steam machine, I'm gonna ask the same questions. Outside of just playing the game really well, which I heard that's exactly what it does. Outside of that, is it also gonna be really good at being a PC? Because in all intents and purposes, that's also what it is. So if that is what it is it good at what it does? Because if it's not, why am I engaging with this? Why am I getting a car that can only drive on tarmac when sometimes I want to park on grass? Why am I getting something that is limited in the experience and it can't just do everything when there's also options out here that can do everything, especially options I can build myself? Like I said before, my PC isn't from one brand, even though technically yes, it is a pre-build. It is a pre-build that came from many different brands scrounging together different components to build one monster of a PC. My question still stands. Somebody please explain to me, is a PlayStation a PC? And if it is, why would we get it? It's a horrible PC. Do you enjoy watching movies even though you genuinely don't understand what you just saw? Do you enjoy consuming stories at the cinema even though you always leave with a confused look on your face? Well, don't fret, because all your worries have been resolved. Get all your movie breakdowns at Let's Talk Movies with Nati. That's Let's Talk Movies with Nati, a brand new cinematic breakdown channel available on YouTube. And guess what? It's all free. Just search at Movies with Nati and get your fill of the latest and greatest movie breakdowns for the low price of absolutely free.
Those who partake in Nati's content may find themselves extremely entertained, educated, and somewhat triggered. Nati's videos are part divisive, part immaculate, and part misguided. All engagement must occur at own risk. Each product consumed separately. T's and C's apply.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe, tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in.